Hello and welcome to Medicraft. Let's build the kingdom. Okay, today I'm going to make the tower. Last episode I made the lava pit, which is going to be the foundation for where I'm going to build my tower, as well as I blueprinted out the entire kingdom and tried to work out roughly where I wanted everything. Okay, first let's start with the stairs to where the main entrance is going to be. I didn't want the main entrance to be on the same level as the ground, because I wanted it to be kind of in the air, out of the way. This makes it look like it's actually on a mountain to begin with, as well as it stops lots of mobs just walking in, killing me, because there's quite big mobs on Medicraft. There's ogres and stuff. So the lava pit, as well as this spirally staircase, will hopefully stop many of the mobs actually getting to me. As you can see, it took me a while to actually work out how to do the stairs. I mean, I wanted it to spiral upwards, but with the steps as well, it was a bit difficult to work out in my head how I wanted it. I knew I wanted it to go round, but obviously Minecraft circles and round don't go well. So it took a while for my brain to actually be able to work out some sort of stepped staircase that actually spiraled round a bit, but at the same time served the purpose of going up, because I didn't want it to it look random as well as be dangerous. So it took a while for me to work that out. So here's the finished result of the staircase that spirals round to the main entrance. I started off making it out of smooth stone, but I realised it didn't look very right. It actually looked like a natural structure, because obviously smooth stone is randomly generated. So I thought smooth stone brick is probably the best option for making the staircase, as well as staired blocks didn't look right. I mean, if you put stairs one way, it can't go the other way. So it just didn't look the right kind of style I was going for. So I finally went with half blocks. So with smooth stone bricks and smooth stone half blocks, this is how I actually made the spiral staircase. So then I started to build up the mountain, because I realised that the foundation was a bit flat, and mountains obviously don't naturally generate on Minecraft or anything flat, because mountains aren't flat. So I started to build it up so it was on more of a peaked mountain and a peaked area. So I got the smooth stone, started adding more layers. So yeah, this is the final result of my mountain that I'm going to build the tower on. It turned out quite okay. It took a while to do than I thought it would, even though it's quite a simple structure, because mobs started coming and taking blocks, destroying blocks, and then just wreaking havoc for some strange, weird reason, even though we're in creative mode. So that is a bad thing about Medicraft, is when you're building, mobs still can destroy your stuff. Okay, now I'm going to fill up this basement full of lava so it actually looks like it's on a volcano and built onto a volcano, volcanic area. So yeah, this is how it went. I mean, it looks alright, but I noticed that I could actually add a basement. So I began to construct some sort of platform where I could start having some sort of strange underground wizardy basement inside the volcano. So then I had to try and work out how big I actually wanted the basement, because I wanted it big enough to do magic in and stuff, but at the same time I didn't want it big enough to destroy the lava, because then obviously it doesn't look like it's in a volcano. So then after I actually realised I wanted it by 5 by 5, 6 by 6, I thought, okay, it's big enough now. Now I need to make it safe. So I thought, okay, glass. So I wanted to be able to see the lava, but then I thought, if I don't have anything there, I'm going to fall in and lose some stuff and die. So yeah, here's me putting the final piece of glass in. So this will actually be where I'll be doing crazy wizard stuff that involves heat. So I think Farmcraft has something to do with cauldrons and stuff. I think, I'm not that sure, where you need some sort of heat source. So this would be the perfect area to do magic that involves cauldron. So I had to try and make it safe, so that's why I added the glass. Okay, now that the basement was all made and that the foundations were secure and that I had a nice hill to actually build my tower on, I began to actually build the tower. I wanted it as a cylinder, but I wasn't sure at first what to make it out of, so I thought, okay, mossy like stone brick would look good, because obviously stone brick is what I've put the foundations like for the basement. So I thought the moss would be near the bottom, and then as I go up, I'm going to make it stone brick, so that it looks like the moss has started to grow up, so it looks old. As I get near the top, I'm going to have it like all these strange like towery things coming off, and make it look different, because I don't want it to be like a straight like cylinder, because then it'll look boring. Okay, now I have to try and work out actually how to get around the tower, because I thought at first that ladders wouldn't look very good, so I thought I need some sort of staircase inside as well. So I began to think of some sort of staircase like that'd go round the side, but then it took a while to work out how I actually wanted it. Later on, I realised that having a full-on like building made out of stone bricks wouldn't look very good, so I actually replaced it with wood. Now, when I started making it, I noticed that there's gonna be a massive hole at the bottom, so I had to like border off another layer. So between the basement, that lavary basement area, and the actual first floor, there is actually another area. I'm not sure what to do with it yet, so I'm just gonna like border it off and leave like a little like patch that you can see like at back, like a little hole to actually get down, and that's where I'm probably gonna put ladders down. And yeah, that's the idea for the like bottom layers. Since now my stairs were like connected to the second half of my tower, I was able to think of how I'm going to progress from this. I thought like a second floor here wouldn't be like good because it's a bit small, so I thought I'm going to have it another staircase going out like across the outside of the tower, around and then up, similar to how I have it at the bottom but higher up obviously. And this is going to lead to exactly where I'm going to do all my magic. This is going to be a big room where I'm going to do all this formcraft and all these different magic that are on Medicraft. So here I am starting to like put together this staircase. So here I am trying to work out how I'm going to have like this upstairs part, because I want it to come out a bit, but then I don't want it to like be another cylinder. So I thought I'm going to have to try and like work out how I'm exactly going to have this. So it took me a while, but eventually I kind of worked out that I wanted it to come out, and then obviously I didn't want this just to be this small like another disc on top. I wanted it to be like a cool like top strange hat type thing, so it looked wizardy, but it also looks magical and like mystical and a bit scary and creepy. After I made like the top layer, I realised that if I start making the top of the tower, it's gonna look all like incomplete whilst I'm working on it, because there'll be parts that are missing and there'll be parts that just have like massive holes in. So I decided that I need to sort out just the like inner workings of it and just carry on this like stairs inside to another area. So I began to work on this room that would like protrude out the side of like near the top of the stairs. So the idea was that you could either walk up the central column of the stairs and then come off to the side and back out to the top, or you could carry on with these stairs that are inside the cylinder of the tower to another like room where I can do a bit more like magic, and it's a bit more not near everything else. It's a bit out of the way. This is the final foundations for the protruding room that is going to come out like the side of the tower. I decided to go with more of like an ovalish shape because I thought a square would look stupid, as well as like a round like another like cylinder wouldn't look as right, because it looked like there's another tower. I didn't want to go with that. I wanted to make it look like there's not two towers but another room. As you can see, I'm working on the walls of the room now. I decided to go with mainly glass for the walls because I thought I want big windows so whoever is working in here can see all over the land and can see everything that is in the kingdom. This is the finished room. I decided to go with a black wool roof. I wasn't sure what colour to use at first because I wasn't sure how I actually wanted it. At first I thought blue or red, but then as I was like messing with the walls, I realised that the black wool roof suited it the most. It looked like an evil, like mysterious wizard tower. I also made the underside of the like room like a giant stalactite because it like hangs. Because I didn't want it to be a flat surface. I wanted it to, like the roof peaks. I wanted it to like peak underneath, like so it looks like a diamond shape actually. So yeah, that is the room done. With the structure of the tower almost like fully complete, I could finally work on the main part of any tower, which is the top. The top of the tower is always the most defining feature about any tower, no matter what it is, wizard, or it's some sort of like castle defense tower. Whatever is on the top, be it a gun or just a building, that is what people remember. So this was the main part. The idea for the tower was always, at the top it'd be like a tiered roof type thing. It'd progressively get bigger as you go up. So like the cylinder, then an extra like layer that'd be bigger, and then finally the main top part, which would be the biggest. And then that would be finished off with like a hat type roofed area. So like a wizard hat basically, which would sit on the top of the tower, making it look cool. This section of the tower is gonna be like second to the top, because I didn't want like the stairs to meet right at the top, because then it wouldn't look as good basically. It'd look like you just walked up and there you are. So I thought it'd meet like underneath the main section, which is going to be this part, and then you can, when you're inside, you can then climb more stairs to like the top. This section was going to be like just another area, another blank area, maybe add something later on, but for now I didn't really have any ideas for it. The only ideas that I had for it was, instead of having glass on like the main sides, the main flat sides of the tower, I was wanting it like on like the diagonal sides, so that it'd look a lot different. With that section of the top complete, and now I had to think of how to get to the top, the very, very top, because I had the outside stairs meeting up to this section with like an archway to get in, and the sideways like diagonal glass windows. I decided to go with pointed L-shaped stairs that I used lower down in the tower, because I liked how they like went round the edge of the tower and made the way up to the area. I thought it looked good, and I thought I wanted to like try and keep with the same style. Finally, I began to work on the final part of the tower, the top. My idea for it was like a bowl. I wanted like to be a layer of like stone brick, but then I wanted it to be like glass, but then I also wanted it to come back in. So like as it'd go out, after a few layers, I wanted it to come back in and then finish up with like a nice big roof. So this is what the finished top of the tower looks like without the roof. I decided to add like a balcony so that I could view the entire kingdom from here, so that every morning I could wake up, stand there, and then all the peasants and all the other people in the kingdom would be able to look up and see me. So now it was time to work on the roof. I wasn't sure how like big I wanted it, so here you can see me trying to work out how far out the roof is gonna come, because I wanted it to look like a hat, so I wanted it to go out like obviously far, but not too far, because then it'd look stupid. It'd look like a massive like triangle on the top of a tower. So here's the finished like base of the roof. I wanted the roof to look different. I didn't want it to be like a solid like peaked roof that was similar to like a dunce hat. I wanted it to like go really high in the air and then droop over. So that is what you're gonna see me working on now. So like I was saying, I wanted like the top of the roof to like hang like a hat. Getting that hang was very difficult because that hat didn't droop like I wanted it to. It either went too steep all of a sudden, or it just kept going up and it just didn't look natural. Here is the finished wizard tower. Lava flows from the top of the hat, you know, where it hangs over, onto this like entrance that hopefully eventually will go all the way around the tower. It's like another moat of lava for more protection. Around the tower I added cobblestone like fence posts to like hold torches on, and to give it a bit more detail. Randomly around the tower, you'll see that instead of stone brick, I put the like cracked stone brick in, just so it's not the solid like wall stone brick. For the floors and stairs of the tower, I added oak wood blocks, just so it's not solid brick everywhere, because I thought if it looks all brick everywhere, it's not going to look as good. Everywhere that I had just like a block, either just like one out or just one up, I tried to add like stairs to it, just so it's not like a solid like sudden like line, just so it looks more smoother and rounder. I tried to do this like anywhere I could, especially on the outside, so that the tower actually looked more like smooth and less jaggedy. Around the tower, I tried to like arrange my torches a bit differently. So I thought I wanted to go with a different look. Instead of like hanging torches on walls, like just like the basic Minecraft and like the basic build of anything that you build, I wanted to go for a different style. So I went with like a cobblestone like fence, and then I put the torch on top of the cobblestone fence to give it a different like feel. Outside near the steps of the tower, I made sure to also add torches so that mobs didn't spawn on them and like walk in. So I thought that could be a really big hazard. Throughout the tower, I made my steps with like the normal blocks as well as half blocks, just because steps didn't go in like the orientation that I wanted them to. In the top room, I added red and black wool because when I was flying around the tower, when I had it like fully built and had the rooms like all complete, I realised that the top of the tower resembled like a face, so I thought I'll make it into like a strange looking face. So I added red wool and like black wool for like eyes, as well as outside I added like a white beard just to make it a bit different. Finally, I realised that the hat was taking up a lot of area, so I could actually make it into another room. This idea came to me because, well, putting lava in a wool decides to burn. So that took into consideration. I realised that I'm going to have to like remove a lot of the wool and replace it with, obviously, obsidian so it didn't burn. With the tower fully complete, it was time to think of a name for my kingdom. This name had to represent my people, my nation, my empire, my company, and above all else, my legacy. The name I settled on was Castel Horde, a nice little community where my horde of townsfolk, followers, and members can come together. That's it for this episode. So if you want to see more Let's Builds, hit like and favourite. If you want to see more content by me, hit subscribe. And if you can think of any improvements, any at all, or you just want to give your feedback of what you thought, just write it in the comments and I will happily read it. So thanks for watching. Bye!